Artificial intelligence, or AI, it's absolutely everywhere these days, right? It's in the news, it's all over our phones, and it's totally changing the way we work and live. But what is it, really? Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut through all that noise and get right to it. We'll break down what AI actually is, where it came from, and what's next. All right, so here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll get a solid handle on what AI even means. Then we'll do a quick history lesson. It's more interesting than you think. After that, we'll look at all the places AI is hiding in plain sight. And finally, we'll peek into the future and talk about the big challenges ahead. Okay, first up, before we get into all the cool and kind of wild stuff like AI making art or driving cars, we have to start with the basics. We need to be on the same page. So when someone says AI, what are they actually talking about? So here's the bottom line. At its heart, AI is all about creating technology that can simulate human intelligence. It's about making our software smart enough to do things that usually need a person. Like figuring out what's in a picture, helping you write an email, or spotting a trend in a giant spreadsheet. Okay, this is where a lot of people get tripped up, because you hear all these terms thrown around. Just think of it like this. AI is the big umbrella, the whole idea of making machines smart. Machine learning and deep learning, those are the specific tools under the umbrella. They're the engines that actually let a machine learn from data instead of just following orders we give it. They are what make modern AI so powerful. And AI isn't just one single thing, right? It's more like a team of specialists. You've got the artist, image generation, that can create a picture just from you describing it. You've got the writer, text generation, that can help you get started on a report. Then there's the one that lets you talk to your phone's assistant. And the really wild one is multimodal AI, which is starting to understand the world like we do by processing images, sound, and text all together. So let's take a quick look back, because while AI feels like it just appeared out of nowhere, that couldn't be further from the truth. This overnight success has actually been brewing for decades. And this timeline really shows you what that journey looked like. It starts way back in 1950 with a simple question. But it wasn't a smooth ride. You had these AI winters, these periods where the tech just wasn't ready and the funding disappeared. Then boom, a huge public moment, like a computer beating the world's best chess player. And then, of course, 2022, when things just exploded into the public consciousness with tools like ChatGPT. I mean, think about that. Can machines think? This one simple question, asked by the genius Alan Turing more than 70 years ago, is still the beating heart of this entire field. In a way, it's the question that every AI researcher is still trying to answer. All right, so we've got the what and the when. Now let's talk about the where, because I guarantee AI is way more involved in your day-to-day life than you probably think. Seriously, just think about your day for a second. That perfect song that comes on your playlist, the GPS that magically reroutes you around a traffic jam, the fact that your inbox isn't completely buried in spam. Yep, that's all AI working behind the scenes. Let's take your favorite streaming service. It feels like it can read your mind, right? Well, it's not magic. It's actually a pretty simple process. First, the AI just watches what you watch. Then, it goes and finds other people who have the exact same taste. And finally, it just recommends to you the other stuff that those people loved. It's so simple, but so incredibly effective. And this is way bigger than just movie nights. Businesses are putting AI to work to solve some really tough, expensive problems. I mean, look at this. We're talking about cutting down massive paperwork backlogs by half, predicting when a crucial machine is about to break before it happens, and automating all those repetitive tasks in things like recruiting. It's a massive productivity booster. Okay, so now that we've seen where AI is, let's look at where it's going. What's the next big thing? And more importantly, what are the major speed bumps we need to navigate to get there? The ultimate goal, the big sci-fi dream for a lot of people in this field, is something called artificial general intelligence, or AGI. Now, this is not what we have today. This is the theoretical idea of an AI that could learn, reason, and solve problems with the same kind of general, flexible intelligence a human has. It's still just a goal, but it's the direction a lot of research is pointed. So, this is probably the most important distinction to get. What we have today is what we call narrow AI. It can be brilliant, but only at one specific thing. An AI that's amazing at generating images can't just decide to learn how to build a website. AGI, on the other hand, could. It could learn brand new skills and apply its knowledge in completely new situations. Big difference. But getting to that future, it's not going to be easy. There are some massive challenges. You've got the raw technical problems. These things need an unbelievable amount of computing power and data. And the data has to be good, or the AI will be biased. But on top of all that, you have the really big questions about governance and responsibility. How do we make sure these systems are fair, that they're secure, that they actually benefit society? Those are the toughest nuts to crack. And that really brings us to the most important question of all. As this tech gets more and more powerful, the conversation has to shift from what can we build to what should we build. AI is a tool, an incredibly powerful one. And just like any tool, its future, its impact, well, that's up to us to decide. How we choose to steer it is going to define our world for a long, long time.